towards the A side of the map. We're going to see that from Cypher pretty consistently, but it's a walk up C long for TSM, and it's a C retake here for Dig regardless, so Def just has to get one.
Yeah, he just needs to stay alive and try and just provide some value, delay it for as long as he can, but Hayes is going to make quick work out of that one. They have already managed to take control of the C site right out of the gate here. Spike is down. Now they'll have to play for this retake. They will have at least a paranoia to try and go into this site. They also can get some recons, maybe to get some more vision. There goes a paranoia. It's going to be fat too. Does manage to connect with a few, as a few members on both ends are going to go down. A 2v3 here. TSM does have that slight advantage. Shock Dart is going to deal sizable amount of damage here, but a beautiful shot from Subroza is going to line it up there against Som. But it's 70 HP Superman versus two members of TSM. One member is actually going to be dangerously low. It's Subroza, and he manages to nail the headshot there. Dark cover is going to give him a little bit of protection, but it's not going to be enough from the garage door as the challenge comes through, and Cutler is going to be good for it, keeping TSM in this one and giving...
What's going on in this position, which is huge.
That might give them something to work with. Unfortunately, though, as Def tried to creep around, he ends up getting popped there. Now Shanks has to bail. 51 HP, but Subroza's Bulldog is going to find the shot there against Shanks. And I love that little bit of cat and mouse that we saw with the drone and the paranoia, but I think they knew, right? You're going to send a paranoia there, a very strong piece of utility, and just to like block that camera, someone surely has to be there. They do the work, they force him out, and now you got a 2v5 here that Dig have to deal with.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that Poise went a little bit too far there. This is such a typical way to play these rounds. You put a huge amount of pressure. This is very just Haven 101. Put a huge amount of pressure towards the A side of the map. You force the rotation, and the rotation not only comes to the...
Keep putting that, just some information there on A, and oh, look at this. 3 players actually going to be taking the fight at the doorway. I think they knew that Subroza was there last time, so they wanted to try and see if they could punish that right away. That's going to give them an advantage. And I would also say we were wanting to see Dig adapt. That was some great adaptation there to just shut down the Phoenix right out of the gate. They're going to lose the flash. They're going to lose some of that utility early on.
Yeah, that triple peek there is really cool to see right at the start, just showing a very confident play from Dig. And TSM, it's such an interesting dynamic too, because of course they get that lurk towards and the presence towards a lobby and a long as you typically do, but it was just Cutler here, so he can only do so much by himself. And now TSM working off of the only control that they had, which was what Cutler gave them towards A to commit to this A push. Dig still with 5 players, but Superman, he really needs to get something here. He does have Sam there as well to back him up. He's got a paranoia also, and surely there's a response paranoia coming in from Superman. He's actually holding the angle. He wants to bait. Sam is making noise here, so they're all looking towards Sam, and there's a free 2K coming out of Superman for that. In fact, actually, it's Sam to get all of them beautifully. But enough about that. We've got Wardell popping out the knives here, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's able to accomplish with that. We get a play there for the Orb for Subroza. We know how insane he is with the run it back, and there it goes. Can clear out some of these trips and try to just create some threat towards this A side, clear out these close positions. Spots that Superman is playing the same spot there at the short cubby. Shanks forced to peek, great connection. That'll slow TSM down slightly and give time for the rotation for Dig.
Yeah, and I'm almost certain that Superman saw Wardell with knives out low inside of the sewer, so he's just going to play this one back, go back to his teammates. Maybe Psalm's drone can give him some intel. They know that they're going to be favoring this side, but still just going to be playing this one out slowly because they have Shanks on patrol with that op. Does manage to connect with another one here. He needs a big day today, and perhaps this could very well be it. Look out, though. He's anticipating the closer player to push up, but what's going to happen potentially... Oh, he had to have seen... Oh, my God. He saw that from just the fact that that gun just... It popped up for a brief moment, and then look at that camera. Oh, man, that's a camera Sean would really appreciate.
Yeah, that's really good work there from Dig on this defense, and it's not going to be too much that is really left to...
Always a plus.
Double up as well here. Ooh, very nice opening onto Wardell, no less. So that head-to-head is heating up, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this is this is exactly where Shanks is just going to prove his worth here in this matchup against TSM. Granted, yesterday Cloud9 they got bodied, for lack of a better term, but if he can actually step this up against Wardell consistently today, get Wardell frustrated, that will be a huge benefit to this Dignitas team as they try to take this series and move on into the playoffs when everyone else has effectively written them out. Now, Poise will have a snipe on one side, and then you're going to have Shanks bringing the op over towards C as well. Here comes The paranoia now, Som's there to receive, manages to get one, and it's just very clean, these defensive holds.
They can't just allow that space to go for free, so this buys a lot of time. Very cheap. This is a free smoke and a 100 credit investment.
Gonna get the kill here. Oh, Def had his back, and Som was inside of his in his drone, and Def was there watching his teammates back. So smart. And now that means that they're going to have that player advantage here. Also, be on the lookout for that Hunter's Fury too, because if they do try to get onto site, you can really just see Som taking that from all the way back in the defender side. He's done that before, and he's done that to great effect in the past.
And that cam in mid now from Color can see basically everything. Sorry, from Def can see everything in mid. They have vision on C long, so they know it's A right now. Dig 100% know what's going on, and there's just so much to talk about. But we will first see exactly how TSM are able to fight their way out of this desperate position.
Superman's waiting for the opportunity to pop that prime opportunity. Paranoia goes out. Som does pick up another kill there. Drone is going to drop Def, and now they're going to be dancing around hell, but they both managed to get the job done. Only player left alive will be Wardell inside of this little cubby here, but it's going to be the rival Opper and Shanks. And they're playing around this B area very well, locking down middle of the map and then playing their rotations whenever they need to, because you know that, oh yeah, Shanks, he gets a little jump shot there on Wardell. Som, he's been on fire today as well, DDK.
Absolutely, and there's just, I'm really loving Dig's setup. The way that they're playing this map with their composition and with the way that they're using Sage is actually really, really cool. We'll see if TSM can do anything as they move towards this B rotation. They will try to find their way in, but there's just so much to deal with. The Paranoia will come through. And there's just so many bodies behind the site. It's so hard. Drone will be able to pick off Def. Shanks has popped the daggers. He's going to miss that one. Drone is absolutely lethal with that Sheriff, and he's going to make it hurt, but... And either way, we will see Dig 5-2 now, looking to compound the advantage. Som is going to pick off. Oh, he's going to get the second one. So much damage done by Som right at the beginning of the round. That's something that Snarcher, I think, really popularized. The blind server ults at the beginning is really good for punishing defaults, because you can pretty reliably know at the early timings of the round where they're going to be grouping up. So Som gets an early kill, and we have to know who is that kill on. This is Valorant after all. Phoenix is gone. That's very important. Okay, not just pinging as opposed to tagging to keep the camera alive. But they understood that, because why else would he be standing there looking at his watch or whatever he looks at?
I always wonder that as well, you know.
Yeah, is it like a
really
app
advanced,
or something?
Yeah, really advanced app on his hand. Something along those lines. All right, well, Hayes is going to go right in the back of enemy lines here, but Def is going to be playing a very aggressive angle up front. Does manage to take out Cutler. Hayes is there for the response, though, and what they're going to be a little cautious about is the fact that you have a player inside of Heaven, but Shanks has been on point with all of his shots. Wardell, though, will get his revenge against Shanks. Now it leaves it into a 3v2 retake opportunity here for the defense, for Dignitas. They will have that man advantage, but Wardell could neutralize that with one shot right here. He is tagged, so his options are going to be fairly limited, though. Superman pushes that one immediately. Now it's going to be up to Hayes, but not going to work out, as Superman will end that approach for TSM. That's giving Dignitas another round win, hurting. They're snowballing this.
Can try to default out a little bit, create presence elsewhere before committing.
Oh, man, Shanks is going for this here. Shanks is going, and, you know, I mean, Hayes was actually punishing Huynh a lot when they played Gen G. He was going for that angle often, and I think that Shanks had to have taken a look at that VOD. They had to have broken that down, because Hayes was like that dude at C, constantly thwarting their op presence. And now that Shanks gets that kill, I think that gives them even more information and even more confidence to try and own this game. And look at this camera. I mean, he's been in this camera for so long, just waiting for the prime opportunity. The paranoia comes up. He just has to stall. Unfortunately, he dies there. Drone, he used a Hunter's Fury. They are going to block this off, waiting for the teammates to get back into the site. This is looking decent here for TSM.
The cam's still up, Alex. The cam is still up.
Yeah, they still have intel. They don't know where this cam is.
Oh, no.
They finally took it out.
That is, it was alive for way too long, though. And now they're starting to swarm the site for the retake, and it's looking rather hopeless. Cutler stuck on the site, trying to survive here.
He can't move around that.
They are managing to trade out some of these kills, but look at Defco, able to find his way onto Sabrosa, and there goes a Neural Theft, leaving just Drone from the short position. And what can he do from this position? He is alone, and there go the peaks from Poised. Oh,
they can't even get good post plants. They
No.
well, the camera was a huge problem there. TSM do like to favor that.
So right now, Dig know everything all the time, and it's looking rather unfair. And it looks like it could get even more unfair here, because there's Shank's third shot. And I don't know, Hayes, he's just dodging all over the place.
They're literally
there.
playing around. They're like, oh, Hayes, you want to go ahead and send that dark cover deep? Go on, buddy. We really appreciate your patronage to give me some additional cover.
But, sorry to cut you off, Alex. We actually have Superman who's about to ruin their day. They're going to rotate into the A site. Superman's in a position to could have caught the spike there. That would have ended the round. But Spike does make it through and drone to the A site. Maybe with these forward positions, maybe, no, definitely not. Sam is going to take down both Sabrosa and Cutler, so the dream is over, it looks like, in this round, unless Drone.
Nah.
But like, you've always got to give it to Drone that he could pull like an aggression. You're on your guard, but it's all about getting that camera in mid. Look at the position on the camera as well. That's actually insane. Has it even been spotted? We're getting the pinging. It does get spotted. So, you know, well done from TSM for that. But that aggressive cam placement is so cool. I love that. Now the question is whether TSM can convert some of this early control into anything. Wardell, it feels like he's so close to maybe getting a pick, but they're not giving him any peeks. And it looks like Dig were expecting a garage play, but TSM will make the maneuver towards A. So Dig are putting themselves in a retake setup onto the A site, and they don't really have great odds for this, but they at least get the res off onto Shanks.
Superman will be in a position just to try and hold them off with the paranoia. That's going to connect with 3 of them, so they're going to wait this one out here. More delay. Som is going to be delayed on the outside too. Just backing away from this one as more members of Dignitas are going to start to fold inside of this site here. Post-plant positioning for TSM. We got to look out for that. Sabrosa does manage to dink Superman down low, and then Wardell, maybe he's coming back into form here, gets 2 shots of his own. Ending Shanks, ending Som. Only 2 players left remaining. It's going to be Poison Def as they're going to try and back away out of this one. 5v1. There is just not a lot of room here for Poise to work with, although he does manage to pick up that one. And then it was removed instantly.
So they could actually set up a C fake here, possibly, because Hayes was faking information towards C, and it was pinged out by Dig as well. So they're thinking C is happening here. And here comes a beautiful backstab onto Death, and they can rotate back, and indeed, that's exactly what's happening. They're going into the B site instead. They pulled the rotation to C with a fake TP and the pressure into Garage, and TSM, they should be able to take a lead here and get a spike plant, but that wall is still up, and they're not breaking it just yet.
Oh, and Hayes managed to get behind him with the teleport as well, but Poise gets the kill! Oh, boy! Now we're going to be in a situation of a 2v3 here as we have, I think this is, okay, they have one on the flank. Superman, he's just waiting for the opportunity. Shanks is still going to be alive as well. They did neural theft, so they got some intel, but the kill came through. Now it's going to be a 2v2. Both players are going to be located inside of B. They know this, so Spike now in play. As they set it down on B, they're going to just wrap around and play the angle outside of the link. Meanwhile, you have the 2 members of Dignitas creeping their way inside. Do they have anything to try and create some vision blockage for them, which is going to come in the form of that cloudburst? Wardell, though, is going to go for it, and he muzzles Shanks. Blades are out, though. Wardell can close this one out. 8-4 in the half. Can Superman be the hero that they need, though? He does manage to pick up 1 kill. Now it's just going to boil down to him versus Sabrosa. He knows exactly where he's going to be. He's trying to use the coverage of that ledge here to give him a little bit of an angle, but instead it is going to be Sabrosa who gets to be nearly as aggressive with the triple duelists, but they will have that flash for the paranoia to prevent any kind of control here. So there's going to be that trap wire here on site. Oh, okay, interesting. So as they go into B, they're going to play that paranoia into the back just to try and hold anyone back. But they do have players on the flank, though. Som is going to be patrolling that. He's going to be the only one. 3 players are actually going to be circling out there. While that's going on, the action continues inside of B. They win that fight, so they're actually they play Spike, and now they could just play the link. Like, they're okay. Poise continues to be a problem outside. They're going to use hot hands to deal with that. 2v3, TSM does have the advantage. Wardell gets the kill. Sabrosa has been on fire in these pistol rounds, and that is TSM getting a critical pistol that they needed at the start of this to get them right back into this game.
It's a really big pickup, and one thing I'm going to be looking for, whether TSM will get the aggression going. They don't have as many of the aggressive agents as C9, and already it's, we're going to see on this eco, Cutler will make light work of Shanks, and they're thinning the numbers already, so this is feeling really comfortable for TSM. Now they don't have to worry about getting burst by 5 players, which is scary.
C, though, is going to be open, but they don't have the guns to try and hold this off, especially if Superman try as you might. But that Spectre will connect, and they, smartly enough, are going to rotate off of that information that Superman was inside of C, thus giving them the info that, hey, they're going to try and push this one over here. Spike down right in front. A clean round for TSM is going to be here. They didn't quite commit to it, so they don't get anything, but they do manage to just get the peace of mind to know that they're not going to be pushing this right now.
It's a good response from Dig as well to realize Oh, they've actually walled off towards the C side here, and this actually, all the players for TSM are towards the A link. This is a problem here, a huge problem for Dig. Maybe they've misread this one completely, and oh no, they are just out positioned. They basically fed themselves into an even tighter choke point into the welcome embrace of TSM. And oh wow, so one thing to note here, unless Def is able to actually accomplish the impossible in this 1v4, one thing to note is that TSM started out with a 4 stack towards A. They wanted to shut down that aggressive and consistent A lobby control. That
A, and that is just such a smart play to do this. If they get this spike down on an eco, it would be awesome for them.
Yeah, I completely agree. This would be really huge, and some of these forward positions can translate into a one shot or two from those sheriffs. So Sabrosa in the
he's gonna get the kill.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Sam unable to protect himself there. No cover, and looks like the spike plant is looking like it might be impossible at this point, unfortunately for them. But it was a great, really
the misdirection was awesome.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. Like they made TSM think like that they were going one way, sent it over toward A. I think that the fight that ended up happening on the, I want to say that was going to be the Link fight that Sabrosa ended up succeeding on. Had that kill come through, they get that spike down. This round actually could be. They are now with that info. Just they're going to play this C site here, but they are going to be running right into Wardell. But with the time as it's happening here, could actually imply that the rotation comes through for TSM. As you're starting to see, Drone is moving toward A, thinking that they're going to be favoring this. C is now going to be completely exposed here, and they could just push right on in. Smokes are coming out. Sabrosa is going to be the one to make first contact. Does manage to see one. They know exactly where he's going to be. And Sabrosa, what a play out of him. Staying alive inside of this is going to continue to put some fear inside of this team. Wardell, a clean shot on the Shanks. The Shanks tried to peek around that corner here. Comes around the side. Will get himself another one.
Oh.
Looking for a third. Can someone please stop this man? You thought that you got C for free. You thought Wardell wasn't going to kill you. But Wardell always finds his mark. That's 4. For the lead opper here for TSM, shutting it down and giving them the lead for the first time on Haven.
Oh, that was such a huge chance. Using the knives of Shanks, he's going to be the focal point here for Dig's success in this round, surely.
I do believe that Psalm got intel, that Cutler was there, but the problem is he ran right into that op. Now, though, is Shanks, he's playing outside, and he will be making contact here in a little bit when Drone wraps this corner. But he's going to be playing back. Now they're just playing this one out slowly. The wall's out here. It does give them the intel that they are going to be favoring B. They'll let them take this plant, and then they'll go for the retake. Poise, though, a nice kill, is actually going to bring the res back and tip the tables in their favor. Tip the odds, I should say, in their favor, bringing back their teammates. So Psalm's going to be in the fold again here. And look at this. Look at Poise on the flank. Poise is wrapping all the way around here. That's why that trap wire is placed down. Shanks is looking to hold inside of the garage. Poise is wrapping around. He's already ended that one there, and he manages to pick up the kill. It's going to be a blade battle there, but Wardell manages to win that out. Now it's a 3v2. As TSM did manage to take control of site, but it's now going to be left up to Hayes by himself. He has been great in this game. Is it going to be a matter of whether or not he clutches it? No, because Def does land the headshot. And they're going to
hit there, but now they have all these openings and nothing's happening. So now we start to doubt ourselves. So yeah, that just got real weird, basically.
But then, Poise wrapping around flank like that too, and taking a confident play there. They even patrolled that body for Psalm and did not allow them to go in, and Poise had to make the play. So there's just a lot of playmakers in that game, like just things that needed to happen to work out for Dignitas to bring them back in this matchup. Cutler, though, is going to get zapped a little bit, and he will be shot in the face. So Psalm does get a little bit of his revenge there against Cutler from that last round, and that's going to prompt a lot of movement over toward A, and Wardell just going to be that lone player to try and hold down C. And look at this movement here.
Yeah, it was all about, I mean, their pressure towards A was so convincing. That kill really sells it. That kill is what forces the rotation. That's so unfortunate for TSM. Now it's on to Wardell to just be a clutch monster. He's going to be, as you said, completely alone on the C side. The amount of warning that he gets is everything. We'll have to see exactly what that's going to look like. He sees the arrow. In fact, the warning shot is going to be the one that kills him. Shanks will take him down straight away. And with that, and Def lurking towards A, it couldn't really get any worse for TSM, could it? And it looks like Dig might finally be back on the board here with these last couple rounds, unless Subrosa is able to find a way to save this. But it would surely require some huge overstep from Dig, and I don't think that they're going to give it to him. There's a wall on Garage, there's a smoke on Spawn, there's a trip on C-Long. Everything is accounted for as far as Dig is concerned in terms of closing the success of this round. And I'm curious now here, Alex, what does the economy look like for TSM? Where are we in terms of the ultimates? Because we're getting into the very late stages of this one, and Dig have just finally turned things around. It looks like there is enough cash in the bank still for TSM, so they still have a solid fighting chance of stealing away momentum.
And they're also going to get a few ultimates online in a little bit too, right? I think I saw one at 5 out of 6. Yeah, so 6 out of 7 for Cutler. Drone's going to be 4 out of 7, but
and he's going to use that wall to trade the wall for the ult orb for the run it back.
And he gets it.
And he does indeed get it. And so now the question is, what can Wardell find here? Oh, such an important 1 HP. That is not fair. But there's no way for Wardell to actually heal up, so that's at least something.
Yeah, that is the silver lining there. But he's going to do exactly as you said, DDK. He's going to send this one up toward A long, and now just put a bunch of pressure on him. Now with him hanging out there, they have no choice. They're going to have to back away. Subrosa's still going to have positioning up on long that will give his teammate a moment to just try and give him some support here. The drone for some more support to say, hey, are they still there? Are they still hanging out in the garden? Which they are, as the drone has noted.
And with seeing Phoenix and Sova towards A, you're actually not expecting Cypher Util to be on A as well, so it will actually commit them in. They know that Subrosa's in a forward position. If they can get this kill, they can really turn the round around, and they will finally trade it out. Poise is the one to get the killing blow onto Subrosa. They have 40 seconds, so they can decide to reset. It would be very risky. They're in a 3 versus 3, though, so there are a lot of holes around the map, and they understand that Wardell is towards the C side of the map, so that's something they have to worry about. They're going to actually run a fake, I think, with the... Do they have an Omen TP or something? Okay, no, they don't. In fact, it looked like Poise was going to run a fake.
TSM has it. They have their own TP, and Cutler gets a big kill there in heaven. So that's another look, and that's going to force him to have to go all the way back. They only have a few seconds remaining here. They have to make a play. They're going to do a very similar wall from what we saw in the past here. He's going to get this down. He will be able to make a res happen, but he's in no range to get anyone and pick them up. He's going to run all the way back, though. He's going all the way back around to his teammate, and he's going to have to rely on his buddy to help him out here. They've left Spike alone. They now got it. They're going to go in for this here. What's happening is they're going to wrap around the side. Hayes is going to get the kill. He's got to get this one. He's got to stop him. He manages to get the kill. Poise, that's huge. Now Wardell with 1 HP. He's going to be watching this one with the op. They're playing around the box. He's not healthy to take this. But Shanks gets the kill. Poise, oh boy, and it's going to be a huge stop there as Hayes manages to get it. And you know, that was just risky business, though, to go all the way out to get that res. I understand.
If they lose this round, they could actually cobble together a buy, especially if they save a gun. They would actually have a full buy in the following round. Dig, on the other hand, if Dig loses this round, they are going to be struggling for a buy here. This is a really hugely important round. There's not really much in the way of ultimates going on here for either side, as we see Drone going for the swing from window, a committed play into the A site, mixing things up. Dig haven't done this so far, but it looks like TSM are going to be ready for it. They have players in position, but they're not necessarily hitting their shots. And Dig, they've got the spike down, but TSM are already knocking at the door.
So I have one player playing further out. Oh, yeah, he knows exactly where that TP went. Superman is... I think he's going to be aware of that, too. That's why Subrosa is going to go in for the challenge. He does manage to get the flash off, but Psalm's there for the trade right away. Wardell, Cutler, they're going to be the last two left alive here to try and bring this one back. Cutler does manage to get a kill there against Psalm. And you do have Def, who's hanging out in the back by side, but what a shot there from Def now. He can give this team the lead. This will be huge for them, but as Wardell went for the swap, not end the run necessarily, but most importantly, it will bail them out of this risky buy. And Drone's waiting in the wings. He's going to go for this shot. There goes the Hunter's Fury. He pops it. Is he going to connect with anything? Saw manages to get the kill against Cutler, and he does get one kill there against Def. But they do get that spike down. Walls out in the garage. Oh, shock dart. Pesky shock dart there. They will have a heal in about 8 seconds, so look for Poise to pop that to give himself a fighting advantage here. Dignitas, they're going to be beaten up out of this one, DDK.
Absolutely. It's such a cool call from Dig to just send it C after sending it A previously. Again, stuff that we haven't seen them do it at all right in the dying moments of this first map. And here comes the retake attempt. Wardell and Sabrosa chiming in effectively to get a killer piece as they are marching forwards now. It doesn't look like they can be denied these forward positions. Hayes picks up one as well. It's all going to fall down to Shanks, but Wardell has his number. And it's looking like we're going into a tied game. It should be 11-11 here as this retake is closed down by TSM.
Give them that advantage to try and go into sight. Credit to him for going in and getting a pick right away. An early aggression running back here from Sabrosa. He's just going to send this one mid. They also got a tag. They know exactly where they are. Wardell went in for the push against Shanks. He wins that fight. Now Sabrosa, they figured that they were going to be by Garden, but they actually went back into the spawn.
Oof, this is a huge problem for Dig because they also have an ult disadvantage as well, but they do have one of the most powerful ultimates as far as initiation is concerned with the Hunter's Fury, so they're going to have to make it count here. It really needs to do something. Sam has to be on point with this one, so we can look to expect that. But Sabrosa holding on to Garage, he's so strong in these positions, and if it is a simple committed play into C and Def dies versus Sabrosa, I don't know what the prospects will look like for Dig. This can be very unfavorable, and there it is. The Hunter's Fury will come into play from Sam. He needs to get a kill, but Color swings out. Def and Superman get a frag apiece, and it is now a 2 versus 2. After all is said and done, the spike needs to be collected, but they're still positioning here for TSM.
So they're going to get the spike. Def is so far in a garage. Hayes is going to be playing on top of wood. They know exactly where Def is going to be still. They're both going to need to swing this together, but Sam is not looking at the lumber. They did tag him. That was a huge kill. Now it's going to be up to Wardell in a 1v2. He's going to have the blades out. He's going to go for this one here. Does manage to pick up. No, he doesn't. He does damage, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill, and he dies. Oh, we're going match point. Dignitas. What a play out of them, and Def
into anything, and now Poise has all this control of C long, A long, that right now Dig have all of the options. Oh, what does he? Oh, he's made a play right through the cloud burst, and Hayes at the same time finds a pick towards the garage, and that's going to cue Superman to make a response. They needed something, and Superman comes out huge with not just the kill, but the spike plant, and there's that res.
Rosa's on the flank here. He only has a stinger, but it should be enough to be able to get one kill at the very least, and Poise has a look. Oh, and Def goes down at the same time. We could be looking at a drawed game here between Dignitas and TSM. Map 1 of the day here at PopFlash. Loser moves on. Winner goes into the playoffs. Sam gets a kill, but now it's going to be boiling down to Superman here. Can he fly in the moment where they need him to? 77 HP, but he can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime.
Oh no, I feel so bad for Dig. They had everything they needed to win. The arrow, the recon dart that will go behind the team as well.
It's going to pull at least one crosshair away too, so they're going to time this one nicely. Shanks with a big kill. He actually didn't even need the ice orb there. He just saw Hayes as he TP'd over to the side and punishes him instantly. Walls up to just create further delay.
It's so awesome because they've punished Hayes from doing what Hayes was doing in regulation, where he was making the TP across, sometimes faking to Cubby, sometimes TPing to Cubby, and here's a setup that dealt with that. But the ice wall goes down, and you can see the problem here. They can get behind the ice wall, the whole team, and then they can contact through. So they get very close without much warning for the defenders. So Dig must be cautious of this.
But did you see that there? Wardell's bun actually popped out over the wall there. So the hairdo of Jet, who was enough to give Poise information, and he ended up dinking the headshot there, so that caused a lot of damage to Wardell. He can't freely go into the site the way he'd want to. He has no armor, barely any health. Poise with another kill. He's been just so great this game. So that was the kill on Wardell that he surely wanted to get beforehand, so he did finally find the mark. Now, though, it's going to be up to Def here on B. Camera's out, and he hears this, too, so Def is just playing this one slowly. Sabrosa does manage to find one with that snipe there, but Def, another kill. A Cyber Cage out, too. He hugs the corner. He's going to run right into Drone here any second. He's going to see this. He's going to go for the swing, but Drone gets the kill. 3v2 now.
This is actually very problematic. Def going down in that position. Oh, they realize this is actually so smart. Sabrosa can try to delay. He might be able to get a frag for free with the curveball. Doesn't actually find the finishing blow there. That's very unfortunate, but here's the second chance, the second swing, and that swing is going to connect straight into Sam's face as now Sabrosa's holding onto the rotation position, forcing them into spawn, and Drone's going to come out of the side possibly here as well, knowing that they surely have to be at least one within spawn. So really, Superman has a huge job to do coming from the A-long position.
Superman's going to be inside. He's doing his clearing. He's going to see him. He's going to see him. He manages to get it. He's going to play star cover, and he's going to stick it. Shanks knows exactly where he's going to be. He goes inside. He tailwinds in. He's going to have the angle, but Sabrosa is going to desperately try and swing this one to end it. It is going to be the defenders that pick it up. Superman, what a play from him. He gets
bought so much time for his teammates. There comes the dark cover, and that's going to slow things down even more, and they will rely on Sabrosa to hold this down.
Yeah, another stall tactic there with the Molly, but unfortunately, Sabrosa will be cut down to size here. Big advantage for Dignitas. It is win by 2 in these conditions, so if Dignitas were to win this, it is going to be game over. They're going to chop down this wall as soon as they possibly can. Wardell's going to take positioning over here on Heaven. As Def is going to be down low on the boxes right underneath, like toward that entranceway of hell. Shanks is looking for the mark here on top, and Shanks gets a big kill on Wardell. That's huge here for Dignitas. The 5v3, TSM, they have only one option for this retake. The paranoia is going to come through, but it doesn't connect with Superman, and that's going to do it. Dignitas take game 1.
There's a lot of pressure on Psalm's drone to do a huge amount, and that's something that TSM know as well. But we can see Sabrosa, after that reposition from Hookah, is going to find a few players. He's so patient, he's so calm, but he can only get one in this instance. Is it enough? It's all on Hayes to find out, and Superman will take him down. Superman on the Brimstone here, instead of the Omen, as we saw in the previous map.
Now, Superman on Brim is exciting because he's a very, very good Brimstone. That's actually the agent that when we first got a glimpse of him when Homeless played on Ascent. But let me just go ahead and scratch that for a moment there because Dignitas just got wiped away. I mean, yeah, it's nice to go ahead and talk good things about Dig, but when Wardell comes swinging around the corner and he just whacks them completely, TSM retake that one with authority.
King for the typical, I mean, we're going to see the typical cams and trips and so on and pressure placed by Def on the bathroom side of the map. And we get the B long control here. Looks fairly usual. Drone and Sabrosa looking to try to swing with this. And actually, we do get, I missed the buy earlier.
Yeah, I was going to comment on it. Dignitas do buy round 2. They did that against TSM when they played last time, so not a shocker they did it here. You're not really going to be expecting that. You're always just going to think, oh yeah, they're going to be running with classics. Nope, they buy Bulldogs and they take that gamble.
It's great too because especially when you know you're up against a Jet, you know that at least one player is definitely trying to save for the early operator. So you get a pretty huge advantage. And also the Bulldog is going to perform better if you're good enough on those ranges. So it's going to be interesting to see how Dig play the 5v4 now. It's actually feeling very desperate here for TSM. There's the smoke to elbow, trying to recon dot into the side. Drone has to defend close with the Spectre. That's where it performs well. That's a great 2K. Drone, always good for the multi-kills, and that's huge. That gives TSM at least a chance to recover here.
The fact that you can always rely on Drone for 2, it's absurd, right? I believe he has like a 0.86 kills per round. Like he's always having some value that he's contributing to the team in such a way that you never quite can expect it, but when it does happen, you're like, well, makes sense because it's Drone. Now, as Wardell has 60 HP and this Sheriff outside of CT, you also have Cutler lingering on the outside. They both swing at the same time here. He's just going to leave Psalm by himself, and that is just going to be short-lived. So the spike does go down. The gamble, though, unfortunately for Dignitas, does not pay off as they invest into round 2.
Oof. There's a world where they can fall.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be breaking down what this comp will be or how it's affected. Wardell gets 2 kills, maybe a third. Superman, though, does lock down the kill with the Ghost as Hayes has this angle held. It's going to be rather weakened off screen, and we just switched to it. Drone gets 1. He's good for 2. That just seems to be that's his brand at this point. Should be on his Twitter bio. He's like, I'm Drone and I'm good for 2. Superman doing everything he can to just try and hold this off, maybe get another kill, but Sabrosa. Now, though, as Dignitas, with their better judgment, they decide to just wrap around A, come over to B. Shanks is going to finally come online here with a kill against Sabrosa, leaving Cutler and Wardell inside of the B site here to try and deal with whatever aggression would be coming out of Dignitas. Potentially, Wardell does get the mark against Shanks. He has been winning that battle fairly consistently.
And this is a moment now where you would expect it to reset. As far as TSM are concerned, there's been pressure sort of on both sides of the map, and it's kind of hard to know exactly what Shanks was up to there. Is he just taking ground after the kill and just trying to make a play by himself, or is a team there? It's really hard to know, and we'll get a drone down short A, so that's info for TSM. They're trying to work out what's happening. And with 2 players in bathrooms and droning out of bathrooms, now it's super confusing for TSM. The bomb is, of course, the spike is towards the B side. Can go through the telly if things go well towards A. Things are not not going well towards A, so that's going to mean that Poise will have to just commit onto this B side by himself, and it's not looking too good for Poise here. The rotation from Sam is coming, but it's far away, and there's no way to get the spike down here, so it's just going to be a save. It was a good effort. I liked what they were trying to do there, but they needed to get an entry, sell it. They need to sell something towards A.
Had Def gotten that kill on Cutler the entire round.
See the Ice Orb going deep here, and this is a great Ice Orb. This is one of the reasons why Sage is so good on this map, because this prevents any kind of a peak, which means now players can be really close, or maybe they're not. So it forces Subrosa. He's going to pop the runner back. He's going to go straight in with the double curveball, trying to find a headshot. Subrosa is really, truly nuts. Finds that kill onto Superman. Wardell with the follow-up on the Poised. They wanted to try to punish Subrosa on the run it back as he pops the collar, but it looks like it will just really be decimation as far as Dig's lineup is concerned, and now it's just individual plays coming through from Def, and it's not going to work out for him either. So, this
is rough.
That's real rough.
Yeah, this is really, really rough. I did like the idea to
can find a way to mix things up to find some success. Default thing isn't working for them right now. It's a nice opening kill from Subrosa. Ever the menace is Subrosa in that B-long position. His flash play is just fantastic, and I feel like, having Subrosa on one end and Drone on the other, it's definitely a deadly force, and I think it speaks to a lot of the firepower from the rifles that we see out of TSM so consistently. I'm always looking back at those players and being impressed. And Dig here, it's all on Shanks really. In terms of the firepower, he's got the ultimate here with the knives. It could have a jump and a float maybe to catch Subrosa, but there it is, and Shanks will nail him with that one. So 50 seconds to go, and there is a chance here for Dig now.
There's some time, but Wardell with the angle on top of the truck here in U-Haul will end that. Goodbye, Shanks. Good try. Maybe Wardell's going to look for another one. You'll get it with the Sheriff instead.
But that's about it. I love those arrows. It's so annoying. It usually gets one pulse off. But look how close Superman was to the smoke. Able to punish Hayes as he walks through. And oftentimes that arrow can be followed up by a play like that. And we get the trades coming through. This is perfect for Dig right now. 3 versus 3. They can reset it if they want. But they know that there's nobody else on the site. That's beautiful. A beautiful read of the A side play from Dig. And they're going to go for the spike plant immediately off the back of those 2 kills.
Yeah, but they got to watch out for the flank from Subrosa here, and that's exactly what Psalm is going to be doing, patrolling the backfield. Meanwhile, Shanks, he's going to have to do some damage up ahead and pay attention to this. So this is Psalm's job. Right now, Shanks, he has to worry about Heaven. Psalm needs to worry about Rosa here, and that is just Rosa every single time, nailing those shots. Now the pressure is going to be popping up from behind here as Wardell inside of sight will get popped by Superman. Subrosa looking to give himself an angle to try and get back inside. He'll get healing as it goes, but it won't matter because Poise trying to get some information. Wardell with a great spot here. And then Hayes pushed up ahead. So Shanks is going to make him pay for that, and Wardell drops down so Superman can profit off of that. And here comes the Hunter's Fury, clearing out anything that will be taking place over on Lamp, so no one will be in that area. They can push that completely. Def is going to be on the other side. This is looking good for Dignitas as they try and just climb their way back into this game.
Such an interesting look as well, not having a raise on bind is not having any of those bombs. It's looking really difficult here right now for TSM. Drone though, as you said, always good for two. My name's Drone, and it seems like it will just be 2 this time as well. Shanks takes him down, and it's not that much that Color's left here with as he approaches from Heaven, but there's really the ability for every angle to be covered at this point. All the info is there for Dig. They've got the cam in bathrooms, they've got the trip up on the short position, the flank position, so there's really no way for Color to get onto the spike and deny the exits as well. So this is really interesting as well, because Alex, we didn't see the orbital strike expended. It was just the Hunter's Fury was the ult of choice, and that was 2.
Look at this. It looks like they're prepping a wall. No, they weren't. Okay, I thought that they were actually going to be prepping a wall. Neuro Theft is out now. Here comes the orbital strike. Wardell has to tailwind out of there. So Hayes is going to be joining Cutler in the back by elbow. I think they may have heard that. So the wall now is going to break off this action. And they're also going to get the coverage there from that smoke. In the backfield, though, it's Drone. He does deal some damage. Spike had not gone down quite yet. That wall is going to be weak, and as Cutler, look for him to just try and burst through there and pick off 1 or 2 players that might be unsuspecting of that movement.
Oh, no, this is looking very scary. Oh, Wardell is so close to connecting some of these shots. And now Hayes will go down as well towards elbow. All the ground is being lost here, and systematically, one by one, they'll all fall, and both sides as well.
I know that I was a little critical at the beginning of them not having any flashes. I am liking what I'm seeing so far, although I do think they have a lot of work to do. And they also are going to be reliant on ults. Like, now that they don't have Hunter's Fury and Orbital Strike, like, what do they do here to try and take control of site? TSM is playing forward positions. They're getting aggressive. And, oh, that's actually a big kill from Def. But this goes back again to that last round that they won. It was Hayes that got aggressive, and TSM, they paid for that dearly by losing that first round to Dignitas. So perhaps we could see shades of that again here.
Yeah, this is a pretty difficult situation if you're TSM. You have some decisions to make. Do you want to play retake and not play for any information? Well, they do have Cypher, they do still have a Sova, so they can get that mid-round information, and that does allow you to play more passively. Passively allows you to play these 2-2 setups a bit more easily, but it is still obviously a rough spot, because you know right now that Dig are gathering up to hit something in numbers, and we can see that it's going to be that B play again. They have the Brim and the Sage as well to basically run similar shenanigans, but just minus the orbital strike.
Shanks
and Wardell
first, maybe.
Wardell's going to do everything here. Great pick from Wardell. Escapes, drops the smoke, and Sabrosa's holding down Hookah. It all comes down to Wardell and Sabrosa, but they're extremely good at this game, Alex, so they might just be able to make this happen. Wardell's still alive, still kicking, still dodging, still delaying, and surely the rotation's going to come in soon.
Yeah, that wall actually worked out very well for Wardell because he was just able to play that corner, and if you're going to try and challenge him, he's going to win that fight every single time. This round is basically going to be null for Dignitas.
Like, get everyone close to that position, and that's why the flash is really the most ideal and only real true answer to doing that safely. Wow. That's going to be 7-3 for TSM. Dig mixing up the pace again and hitting that A-short position really hard and fast here. But, oh, this is looking pretty desperate in terms of getting slowed by that utility. They don't get a pick. They do expend some of the defensive utility, but they're just going to have to run all the way back to B here. And they don't know what they're running into right now.
Yeah, that's right. But they do know that Wardell's not going to be located there, and at the very least, that will be fine, right? Like, they're going to have that, not that worry that the snipe will be there. They can also cut off elbow. Sabrosa will have to make a play as they start to make some clears happen. There goes that wall to try and stop any of that aggression that could come out of elbow. Spike is now down. This is going to be a big round here for Dignitas. The wall has been chopped down. Sabrosa's still lingering about. You got Cutler, Hazed, and Wardell in the back on defender side, and joining them in a little bit will be Drone here. Sabrosa's going to be the first one to go in for the engagement, or at least I thought so, as Wardell was going to be the one to find the connection first. Now though, Wardell with knives out can actually play spoiler here for Dignitas, but some more kills are starting to come through as Wardell and Drone, they managed to secure themselves a few kills. Now the swing is out. Wardell gets 4 out of that one, and they still had one more teammate alive for the trade. That is going to be very clean. And very, very well done by TSM on the retake. Your team where your opponents are going to be picking, but you always know that Wardell will have that op in his hand. He starts his round off against Sam, so as he dies there, that puts him within, I think, like 1 of his Hunter's Fury. And Poise is at 1 for the res. Now we'll actually get the res here. Sabrosa's going to push this one aggressively, get control of that. Spike is down. Def and Superman are going to have to make some magic happen here within Hookah. I just don't really see a world where that will be possible, given that all these angles are covered. They have the spike. They know where Superman is now. Only player alive is Def. And while he is a phenomenal player, you're asking a lot for him to try and clutch up this 1v5. He's just looking to stay alive as long as he can. Flawless that TSM would be aware of this.
I like the U-Haul setup here. It's a very safe way to play just 2 players on the side, and they know what's coming, the rotation, man. But the dodging there from Wardell was stunning as he takes down Superman, leaving a very dire situation for the remainder of Dig, as Poise looks over and only sees, well, nothing. All the line of sight has been obscured, but Shanks, he can still maybe, especially with that kill, do something here for Dig as he creates opportunity and distraction that should allow Poise to get out as well. With that Ghost, very important at these ranges especially.
They saw him.
It's a real chance here, Alex.
Yeah, they saw him actually drop down. The paranoia is going to be pretty big for them. Slow Orb on the opposite side, too. Oh, and they're not going to expect him to be pushing to Slow Orb here. You would not actually think that because he was so deep inside. Now he's going to wrap around, get this first kill. It's going to be a 1v2, though. Quite the effort that he's going to have to make here, Shanks, the new pickup for Dignitas, as he runs right into Wardell. This is actually going to be pretty winnable here. Tries to tag it, but he's anticipating the push from the showers. The thing is, though, Drone is going to be right behind him, and he's going to bail out of this one. There's no way that he wins out on this battle, and Drone will actually take the death. Both players would take the death because you'd rather get the ult point, but the rounds are just going to continue to tick on if they go in the favor of TSM, and then before you know it, it's game over. Som does try to push out and will be punished for that one by Cutler. Noted here, they don't buy this round like they did before. They don't take that risk that they had in the beginning of the game. I think they felt a little bit more comfortable being able to do that. Sabrosa, though, oh dear, he's at 7 HP. And they, Drone just hits him with a little tag team action there from the right side.
Shanks on the operator could cause some damage, though.
Shanks is going to have to be the answer. Gets one kill on Cutler. He's going to cut them off here, but one player did manage to make it through, and he was not aware of that. Sabrosa will just charge right into Shanks and manage to land that shot. Wardell with the only rifle on this team, and now Sabrosa's going to trade this one out. This is dire here for Dignitas. They need to win this round, but they don't have the numbers to do it. They also don't have anything to work for them on the entry here. Sabrosa, he's going to use that run it back. They have to charge this. They have to charge this, and they have to kill him instantly here. But Sabrosa's going to get one. He gets two. Oh, no, and they knew they needed to push that, but Sabrosa manages to do this. While this is going on, though, Def, he gets onto the spike. Oh my god, no, he can't do it. It's match point for TSM, but Def was so close, just hoping that...
Insane, but into the next round, this could be it. This could be the death knell if signing off for Dig if they aren't able to find a way to win this round. They don't really have that much equipment to work with. They do have the Jet ult, though, so Shanks really, again, the focal point of this round. And Dig, he's going to get flashed immediately. They don't realize that he is here. At the right click, though, if he's able to reset afterwards, oh no, Sabrosa annihilates him, and with that, maybe they have annihilated the best chance for them to come back in this round. Superman still something to say about it with that Bulldog from Heaven, but TSM right now, they have so much position. Oh my god, back-to-back rounds, run it back.
It's so impressive, man. But the spike is going to go down. TSM, they have the advantage. It's only going to be Sam, the last player left alive. He's looking all over the place. Chicken with his head cut off. And that is going to be Dignitas' take. Wardell's going to be playing a close angle here with the shorty. There goes the drone. And actually, he's going to back away from this completely. There's a drone is going to take him away, but that does give him some information, and they will be able to drop back to one another. While that push happens, Wardell, he's going to tag one and get a kill. But he has to be careful here. He swaps that out, not able to secure that one against Def. That was a big kill that Def needed to secure. That is going to give him some intel, and now they can play this one safely. But watch out, though. Look at where the spike is. Shanks is really far up here on A by himself.
Yeah, and you can see his teammates are starting to rejoin him as they have effectively reset the situation. But there's info for TSM as Cutler's found out everything going towards B main. So they know TSM knows it's going to be an A hit at this point. It's just a question of where. Is it Cat or is it a main? And there it is, the shorty up close and personal from Drone, able to pick up one as they find out that indeed it is going to be this A hit. Shanks with a double on the entry, and that will be the spike planted. But now that there's a 2v3 retake, 1v2, if the action's even too fast to call, there's no respite from the action here as they go toe-to-toe with these pistols. Hayes is really in a troublesome position, able to cut off one of the angles there with the dark cover, trying to isolate these 1v1s. He has to try to get into the minds of his opponents here. Will they just push this smoke? He's waiting for it. He knows that this could be a play. And
oh, what a shot.
He's so smart. Can he finish it off here? One more player to go, but Hayes, he can't complete the clutch. It was a great... So it's pressure towards A, but I think this is fairly transparent for TSM. We'll see, though, if they have enough players in the positions they need to deal with it. As Hayes goes down, maybe the answer is no.
Okay, so Poise is going to try and cause some disruption over here as Cutler was inside of the cubby. Poise goes on top of the wall. Very common spot that you'll see Sages take as they rest inside of B main for the time being here. No angles now can actually be given. They are going to have to play around the coverage. Spike, not down quite yet, though. They finally are going to be able to accomplish that task. Only one player left alive. It is going to be Sabrosa, and as good as he is with a Bulldog was all he had there. I mean, you're asking for a whole lot out of Rosen. I don't think that's really going to happen. The only other gun that he can swap out to is a Bulldog. That's like the worst thing possible. It's like you only have a small knife in your hand and you look over to your right and it's a pool noodle. You know, you just really don't have many other options. Maybe if they try and challenge this, he gets a kill out of it, but they're going to swarm him. They get it. 2 rounds for Dignitas, trying to create some harass. Now the push is going to begin here, as they did get intel as to where Wardell was going to be located. That's going to be a huge plus for them. 2 players are going to be cut off by trees. They're going to knock down the wall. They're going to get this spike down here, and Shanks is already going to have that value with the blades as he kills Cutler.
Yeah, and the ice orbs are so strong. It's looking really good here, at least in the initial take of the site, but if you're trying to hold this site with no post-plant position, you don't have tree control, you don't have a main control at this point, although Cypher is close enough there, it's very difficult. But here's Shanks with the right click, ready to go, but Superman will be able to save his position, and he doesn't actually give anything away at this point. He might be able to play through the smoke into tree, so now this is the post-plant positioning you want, and Dig will hold on, it would appear. And I think that's... this is a really great result, given how telegraphed this round has been. And they've got to be careful not to lose too much on the exits as they try to hunt down Drone and Wardell, but they will get rid of both of those guns and cam against cam action in a B main. And at the same time, we have the Phoenix Sova approach here from Sabrosa and Drone, but Sabrosa's going to go down to Superman. But Drone, is he going to try to just recommit into this? They may try to do that actually with Wardell, who's rotating towards A. So again, this is an interesting spot because they have A main, and they need to have A main because they've lost B main. They can't just lose everything. So it's really important that they try to hold on to this position, TSM. And Sam is going to drone through to create the pressure. And this is horrible right now for TSM because TSM, as far as they're concerned, they have no idea what is coming. And on B, Cypher's playing a possible retake scenario if he was going towards the spawn position, but now he's committed onto the site, and this might be too much right now. Cutler will go down straight away, and this is just a great play from Dig. The pressure game from them, they outmaneuvered their opponents completely.
Yeah, and there weren't really many options that TSM had. They were saving. They're quite poor right now, and there was just a few, like, you know, you're making the best out of a bad situation if you're TSM, right? But I do love the fact that they pinned back this Drone and Wardell on A and just left Cutler to have to be the one to handle the entirety of that round, which, as we can see now, clearly has paid off. 3 players are going to try and retake this here against Dignitas, or at the very least, maybe see if they can wrestle some guns away from them and use that in the next round here. Shanks with this shorty right outside. As Def gets another kill. Actually, Def is going to get 2, and he's been just on point this game. Very impressed with how he's been playing. Wardell in the exit. Oh, hey, that could work out. Nah, it doesn't. And Dignitas, they're going to get
back in towards A. They can create pressure. The Omen can smoke it or Paranoia into the tree position. Put the cages up.
Oh, he's doing this to just draw the attention. That's exactly what he's doing here. Now, they're okay with this, but Sabrosa, while that's going on, does manage to get the kill. So with the kill on Superman and Sabrosa, this now fake out that was happening was almost as if, like, Dignitas, they were faking themselves out in this instance with that play, and that ends up being a flawless round for TSM.
So,
but I think Dig were okay with that. They're okay with him knowing that because if you go to the tape, Sabrosa does this pretty much all the time here. So the trade comes through. 3 players are going to be tackling on that site. Wardell's going to be playing the corner. He gives himself some coverage. Beautiful shot from Cutler as he was by the steps there. Wardell will be prepared for any of the players that come out of main. Good try, Shanks. Try again next time. Although Superman does manage to get a kill, he's going to land right in front of Wardell. And now TSM,
similar position. They need to reset back and take A main control again. And they need to play that WAP control game.
Hunter's Fury actually is going to start things off, and then Sabrosa gets aggressive. So he waits for the Hunter's Fury to reactivate for the second shot, gets through it, and while that's going on, they're scrambling. They're trying to figure out how do they dodge this ultimate ability, and Sabrosa pops him right in the back. Now that's going to leave them 5v2, and we're starting to see some great pushes from TSM. And it all boils back, DDK, like you said before, about Gelato, how they never really allow them to get comfortable there. One round, you think maybe Dignitas has a set plan. The next round, TSM's like, no, we're just going to we're going to take this. This is our area now.
And this was Dig actually trying to punish Gelato control play.
Exactly.
But because there was a run it back there, they expected that Catwalk would be actually for free at that early round timing because all the players would be invested to A main. But it was only Sabrosa with the run it back and then the Hunter's Fury from Catwalk. So, and because Omen was also in Catwalk, they're actually way more poised to defend Catwalk than A main. So Dig are thinking, we've outsmarted them here because they won't have anyone on Catwalk but at this timing, but in actual fact, unfortunately, that's not how that actually panned out in this round. So that's unfortunate because this is the moment, I think, where TSM switched that momentum. Because we can see Dig is just saving here. They don't really want to give away what they have. They need the money going into the next round.
Yeah, and Sabrosa's aware of this. I don't know if he's going to want to take this corner quite like this, but if they get a kill, they actually can get a res off, which would be nice. Oh, they're not. So that's basically going to be the round. I was always going to be the round there, but you have to wonder, like, if they were able to get a kill, they could eat to be like, well, we're okay. We could just continue to play around A. We'll leave Cutler here at B still. That'll be fine.
It's so much about this angle from Sabrosa, because Sabrosa, with this angle, is basically at this point giving them enough information to know that an A hit's not coming. Sabrosa's here to delay, to get kills, and there is the fake with the, it's so beautiful.
Oh my God! What a play! Sabrosa, though, is not able to follow up. Shanks does manage to get the kill, but waiting in the wings is going to be Wardell. He does not nail the shot, though. They do manage to get onto A. That play was unbelievable, but they are still going to be down here 2v4 as Shanks He's trying to be the difference maker in this one. He's got 23 HP. The problem here, though, is that Wardell's going to have the beat on him. Does manage to get one shot, and then Hayes is there for the headshot, ending that one. But boy, oh boy, what a play that was. I mean, the teleport? That was so sick.
That's so amazing. And for those of you that are wondering what the hell just happened, basically they knew that
that was a crazy moment. But now we're all tied up. TSM have brought this one back against Dignitas. Drone is going to be stopped instantly there by Cutler. They have so many ops just watching these different angles, and they've always been punished in this spot. Finally, though, Poise is going to get that kill from on top of the wall as he drops down. A different look here as they've been going A quite a bit. They now force their way into the B site. They can get that spike down, and they can manage to pick up a round win here, of course, if Sub Rosa and Wardell have anything to say about it.
Yeah, there's so much to say about Sub Rosa, but we'll go into that in a moment as we see if he is able to make this retake a reality. No flashes available, burned all of those in trying to take A main control, but Wardell just dashing forwards there, able to right-click onto Poise. So that's still the B main player, and that's a huge win early on here in this retake. And Sub Rosa can't do any wrong here as he pushes forward. Sam, though, able to take him down finally up to Wardell against two players with the daggers out. Headshot found. Wardell is traded, though, by Superman. That got a little... has all the information with that flank, so they know that this push is coming, but it's a question of can their entrance, can their set piece do the damage that is needed. Poise needs to really win this fight, dancing with Cutler on the bomb site as Superman to trade him around the corner, though, and it looks like Dig should have an in on this one, but Hayes almost gets two there to make life a little bit difficult.
Now Sub Rosa, he's going to try and bring this one back in their favor, but Poise use that res to bring Sam back into the action. They're now going to be scattered around B here, but Sub Rosa alive, that will be a problem. He has a blaze wall, but no one will actually be able to deal with that. He won't really even need to use it if he doesn't want to, mostly because of the fact that they're all going to be stacked away inside of B. They also do have the drone, so they know exactly where he's going to be located. What a play from Sam. He shot him through the wall, leaving Drone just to be the only player left alive. He knows one's going to be located by the boathouse, and the rest of them are going to be scattered around here on site. Drone maybe trying to play a little bit of stall, get them to invest some money, die a bit here on the exit. As he's running away, they're going to be going right into one another, and he's going to make this expensive for Dignitas. Quite giving us this look here. Hayes could play spoiler to this, because of the fact that they haven't done this before. Hayes is going to find Def through this, and he's got Shanks there as well, but he backs away inside. He's going to concede that, but he's going to hold this tight angle, and as soon as he pushes this, he does manage to get the kill, and then the paranoia doesn't land, so he has time to get back to the button. He can TP over to the other side by the Jenny. They're going to push this, and he's swirling around there, Poise, as he came outside of that room. While that was all happening, though, Sam does challenge his Sub Rosa. A site is available. Spike, though, not in anyone's hands at this point. They'll have to grab this. The wall's played, too, so they'll have to shred through this wall instantly. I like that slow orb, too. Just more stall, causing more problems for TSM.
Yeah, this is not looking good here for TSM's retake attempts, but of course Wardell's alive. He's got an operator in hand, so he can never count him out as he looks to see the first... well, who will be the first engager? And there is some information. All they're tagged by the recon dart, and that's certainly a problem. Wardell will try to back away here, not before taking down Shanks, and maybe now he likes his chances after that one. Two players left, dropping into the side. Oh no! So insane!
Oh no! Oh my God!
What has he done that? He's got plenty of times for the defuse. It is pedestrian here for Wardell. Business as usual as he clutches out a 1v3. That doesn't make any sense, Alex.
No, it doesn't!
But we have a lot of action here towards B main. It's looking like we had an exchange there already. There's been some damage done to Wardell. He took an aggressive angle with the operator, tagged down to 25, forced back. And the question is for Dig, with the buy that they have, which is, I think, decent enough.
It's a bit scattered.
What are they going to do here? They have forward positioning. So Poise is going to make the noise here. So Wardell has to look up there every so often. But will he peek it? That's the question. And that's the question. Might be waiting for some distraction from a teammate before he tries to swing that angle. And there's Wardell once again, back at it with the operator. The man cannot be stopped here. He makes it look far too easy, but eventually he will get taken down.
At some point, man, the clowning needs to stop, but they do try to delay this. A nice Hunter's Fury there for Drone. Doesn't get any connections. They will freely be able to get the spike down with time. Plenty of time remaining now. Superman's going to go for a cheeky play here with the teleport. Where does he go? He's going to get information. He's got all the info. He knows exactly where both... well, he knows where Sub Rosa is, but Drone was actually hiding in the corner. So they don't know that both of them are going to be located, and they did not get the tag with the recon. But this shot with recon should give them the idea of where they're located. As Sam tries to push up on this right side here, does locate Sub Rosa, but Rosa with the better gun is able to win that one out. Both players are going to be hiding out in the back. This Blaze Wall now can actually be the advantage as he looks to get better positioning inside. Time is going to be ticking. He tries to heal a little bit, but he doesn't get much out of that one. They're going to be in the back. They don't care if they die out of this one. They just get it. They do not give them the win. And for this, is C9 just that darn good right now? We'll find out. That'll be tomorrow. But for right now, let's live in the moment here as Poise is going to be trying to answer back for some players that are going to try and challenge here on long. You also have Superman, who does not stay alive long enough, but does a decent amount of damage, though. Paranoia is going to connect here. And that actually creates just a whole lot of commotion, leaving Cutler alone. Dignitas, a big pistol win.
Have a lot of advantages. It seems like a given, but it's in Valorant. There's so much stuff that can happen. Some info for Sam with that recon dot early on, but that's just one player that he's spotted. It's very limited information, and we see that Hazed and Drone are gathering up by that tripwire in middle as well. So there's a pretty decent spread from TSM, collecting the ultimate orbs as well. I think they may have gotten the one towards A main too, and that's not a good sign.
Nope, not at all. That is not the kill that, yeah, it is not something I wanted to see at the top right of the screen here, because that actually gives TSM a window of opportunity to maybe go for B if they want. But just remember, I mean, look at the minimap. There's so much activity that's taking place in mid, as well as what's going on over toward A, that Dignitas, they have to play all these areas. They have no choice. They can't group up right now. They can't afford it.
A kill like that usually opens up middle, as Dig in this position on the defense have to play the sites. So you lose a lot of map control, and then the pistols get to kind of split you with less warning as to where they're going. It looks very difficult, which is why we get this Shanks push here. Needs the info, he's going to get the info. And he's going to catch them moving up middle. Oh, the worst possible thing that could have happened for TSM. But as far as Dig are concerned, they are very happy about this.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, in any other round, I think that you still can give TSM the nod that they might try and pull this win out. But
early stuff from TSM, and they're going to have the Paranoia aggressively sent forward to Catwalk. That's a double from Superman. That's kind of the amount of kills he needed to get with that play. And there's a running back from Sabrosa. He's got to make this count for something. He's going to clear tree and make his way into the site. He needs to catch trips if he can find them, but there are none to be found here.
Yeah, and he actually does not have an opportunity to plant Spike, so they can't fully invest into this because he's going to go all the way back. Wardell, though, he's going to be there for the connection onto Def. As Sam gets cut off, Sabrosa does get back inside. So even though he had Spike and all that stuff and he went back in, it's Wardell that opens up that opportunity for them to place the Spike here. Now it's up to see what Dignitas can do in a 3v3 as Shanks waiting in the wings for this Cloudburst to dissipate. Did eliminate that cam. So Cypher, your thought is either one player is going to be in Wine or the other one's going to be located on the opposite side here, but it doesn't really matter as he knows that Wardell is going to be on the right, and Wardell, yeah, you tried to pull that one off, but it ain't going to work out.
A couple of sheriffs here from Dig, looking for kills here. Wardell able to pick off Def. Doesn't get traded, and there's that tailwind you're talking about. Really creates an untradeable kill.
Yeah, he was able to bail out of that one, and this is going to be an easy kill for Sabrosa. Shockingly enough, though, and very well done by Poise, but he will get tagged. Oh, what? Poise? Okay, let's relax. Let's relax. He's got res now. He also has a better gun. He has to wait out this Paranoia here. He doesn't see that. Oh, my goodness, this is huge. Oh, but he gets the kill. Does not manage to pick up. Did he get a res off? I don't think he did.
No.
I don't think he had an opportunity to do so. But look at Superman. He's creeping in the corner. Oh, and I don't think Cutler is paying attention to this, but he's not paying attention to this angle, and he wins that fight. But now it's going to be Shanks. So Shanks is in mid.
One dagger will do it. He's only got 47 HP.
Oh,
Alex.
my goodness. And he's got a whole lot of knives to work with, but he doesn't have double updraft, so he can't get over that wall. But they're going to run into each other, and Shanks with a big kill against Hayes is going to get Dignitas into double-digit territory.
I guess that's why he's called Shanks, Alex.
I like that. That's a good one. Just hit him, shanked him.
It looks like they're just going to rotate back to A. I think they think that Dig are all the way towards B, but Dig have made it back in time.
Superman's going to be there for the contact, does manage to get one kill, gets a second. He burns, though, and actually will get wiped up by Hayes from that Spectre. Meanwhile, Wardell's looking for an angle. The Paranoia, there's not a lot of time left to work with. They have to make the bait here. They have to go for the plan, of which they managed to successfully do. Oh, no! Actually, the swing. Def gets 2 kills. Is he going to have enough time? And big kill there for here. This is the round to do it. The clock is continuing to tick, and Dignitas, they're going to play this one very safe. A group up over here on mid. Some information trying to be garnered over toward A, but you're not really going to get much out of this. A first kill comes through here. Shanks did see one. Def gets 2 kills. He's been lights out this series as Shanks backs away, 6 HP. And no Sage to be able to give him heals, but Psalm was there for the connection coming out of the mid-market. It's only down to Cutler, the last player left alive here. He has just nothing that he can possibly do can win this one back. If he's able to do this with a Sheriff, he has Spike in front of him, but he only has 38 HP here, people, and 30 seconds remaining. All they got to do is just play these angles and let the time be the enemy of TSM.
Yeah, you're completely right. It's such a difficult spot here for Cutler. He has a gun, but he doesn't know where his opponents are. The door's up as well, which will only serve to extend his route. He wants to take the shortest route possible, which forces him to shoot the door. Out comes the Sheriff, but out comes too much. And Psalms, speaking of the devil, and he shall appear.
They're going right into this one.
Yeah, he's going to get some action.
Some drone wars happening, but Psalm is going to get some information. Only one. He knows the Silva's going to be there too. Oh, Superman is going to go down. Wardell, right? We were asking, what are they going to do? Who's going to open this map up for them? It certainly is going to be Wardell as he makes his way over toward the site. He dropped down. They heard that sound cue too, and no one else has been able to get inside of there. Hayes, though, does secure the kill against Poise. Bomb is going to be located, so Spike's outside of B main, and they're doing all this stuff without the Spike on site, and they know, Psalm knows that he is going to be surrounded, but Shanks just gets himself another kill. Shanks in a 1v3 now.
He's going to have to do what Wardell did to Dig, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do it against Wardell. He needs this element of surprise. It's the only thing working in his favor, and he's actually going to back away here. But Wardell is on the angle already, so able to dash away and escape Wardell. So he should be good to survive now. They should be able to take him down. So let's take a quick look at the money situation and the ultimate situation here. So in terms of the money, this is a really good save. Actually, Psalm has a lot of cash, so Psalm will be able to drop maybe even a couple people here. So they're going to have a full buy in the next round. We'll dig. And in terms of the ultimates, we have Psalm on that Hunter's Fury ready to go. Drone as well. Yep. We're going to see this next round is going to be pretty hype. It's
going to be a laser light show,
yeah.
to say the least. You're going to see a lot of lights here, people. But Dignitas, they'll hold on to this op for the ton. Sit behind this wall and go burr, and I respect that because he did do a decent amount of damage to Drone there. Now here comes the Hunter's Fury from Drone. Doesn't hit anyone. But Subrosa, through all of that commotion, gets a kill onto Shanks. So the operator player is going to be down. He's also just checking the cubby. He's forcing a lot of attention this way, but watch out on the flank because you have Superman who has managed to creep his way around inside of the tree.
Oh, the res comes through though. That res is so important. And now they just rotate all the way towards A. But again, we have to know now that the ultimate advantage is, there it is, it's coming through. The Hunter's Fury is making its way all the way to Catwalk. The damage is absolutely enormous there from Psalm. And now it's a 3v3 situation. Can they get the spike down? They should be good to do so.
And they're all weak.
Dig are hot on their heels though here. They're ready to go for this. And there's the recon dart ready to go for when everybody's in position to get that info that they need for the retake.
They're all weak. Spike is down though. Watch out for the players that are going to be in the scaffolding as they're going to try and go for this challenge here. Shanks, he's looking for the angle. Psalm has that Odin. Is he going to find some contact low? Def gets into sight. This could actually be a problem here, but TSM have spread themselves out. Subrosa's still going to be hanging out by Spike. He's there the entire time. They're not going to give Shanks any angle to play around with here. The camera has actually identified where Shanks is going to be. And Psalm, he has to be careful here, but Psalm does manage to get one kill. Subrosa, he finds himself one as well. Is this going to be it now? As Subrosa, he's going to be the last man standing. He doesn't have a lot of health remaining, but Subrosa, he has one more remaining! Oh no! Is it enough? He has enough time? I can't believe it! TSM are out of PopFlash. TSM are out, and Dignitas move on to the playoffs.
Let's go.
That's absolutely astounding. Dig just defying every expectation.
I think Subrosa thought.
I feel like he thought that he done it.
I think Subrosa thought he won.
I think so too.
That's how we do these. That's what I'm talking about.
When I was watching that, I was like very confused.
He sprayed and took out the knife.
Yeah, that's the thing. The spray.
The spray's the tell.
That's a huge tell. And then the jumping. That is actually kind of insane. If that's what happened, we'll have to find out if that is the case because he was in a really winnable position. He could still have jiggled it. He had a reset.